Welcome back, guys. Today I'm doing a little bit of a surprise video. I performed a little experiment. Now, as you can see, I'm sitting at my Mac running the new OS X El Capitan, and everything runs perfectly. No issues at all. There is Safari. As you can see, I downloaded Open Broadcaster software. Now, OBS is available for Mac, as is War Thunder, as is OpenShot, as is VLC. And everything is running fine. I think that the El Capitan looks pretty nice. No issues with it. The only unusual thing about this is the fact that this is my main computer and not my iMac. This is running on my main computer, running Intel. If we take a look at, you can see it's running on a standard desktop computer. There's my ViewSonic monitor. Everything is running fine, and it is entirely perfect. You can't tell the difference between this and my regular iMac. As you can see, OBS runs fine. Now, the reason I did this is because I basically, as I've said before, I am a tinkerer and I like to see if things can be done. This computer is one that I built, and all of the components were selected with this experiment in mind. Now, not all components will run OS X. I hand-picked the components. They all will run Windows and Linux with no problem. So if you have components that are compatible with Apple OS X, then you can run Windows and Linux. Now, on this particular computer, I am triple booting Mac OS X, as you see here, Windows, and I've got, I think, 3 or 4 different distributions of Linux. Now, if we look at about this Mac, if you've ever owned a Mac, you'll see that there is nothing unusual about it. Everything is configured properly. If I go into the system report, you will see that everything is working fine. It's configured as an iMac, 27-inch, late 2013. Everything is working fine. If you go through all of the hardware, you'll see that the Bluetooth, for example, is handoff supported, instant hotspot supported, Broadcom, which is the Apple's Wi-Fi hardware or Bluetooth hardware. It's actually a PCI card that supports both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Diagnostics, last run February 10th, passed. I have a FireWire card. It's showing 400 megabytes per second. My graphics is showing my NVIDIA GTX 760, no problems at all. Memory, 4 banks of 8. So as you can see, everything is working normally you cannot tell the difference between this and an Apple computer. 4 banks of RAM. Everything is according to Apple. Everything, iTunes, iPhone, iPad, everything backs up. All of the mobile devices sync properly, have no issues whatsoever. Now, I'm not advocating this, but I will tell you that since I have an iMac that I paid for, I was able to download the El Capitan software on that particular iMac and burn it to a USB. Now, every computer is different, and so whether or not this would be possible on your computer is unknown to me. I would suggest, if you want to read up on it, you can go to TonyMacX86.com. This site is devoted to this process. There is a forum for building, and there are guides, buyer's guides. So for example, if you want to build a computer, then you can look at the various configurations that they have. So for example, if you want to build a custom Mac Mini, which is relatively inexpensive, these are the recommended components. Gigabyte, there's the fan, RAM, processors. So you can mix and match from this list in order to come up with a configuration that you like. Now, it's also, you can take a look at all of the motherboards that are approved. I have used the Gigabyte G-Ace Z97. I have used the older Z87. In this particular computer, I'm running an ASRock Pro 4, and it's not the Z. It's the, I believe it's the H. ASRock H97M Pro 4. That's what I'm running in this particular computer, and it works flawlessly, absolutely flawlessly. So I've got it installed. The whole process of burning the CD and installing took about an hour and a half. But as I said, all of the components in this computer were hand-picked for this project. And so there are no conflicts at all. So that's why I say there's no way I can tell if you would be able to try something like this, but you'd have to read up on it. But I'm just showing you what is possible. Again, I'm not advocating it, but I am an Apple customer. I have invested thousands of dollars in Apple products, and so I downloaded the El Capitan software, the ISO, burned it to a USB, and went through the install process. Now, if you take a look at, this is the install process for El Capitan. It's on any Intel-based PC, but as you can see, there are a variety of steps, and you have to go through all these steps in order to end up with the end result. And it's not difficult. It's a little bit tedious, and you have to follow step by step with no straying from the recommended steps. Everything is there for a reason. So I thought I'd show you this. All of my accounts are configured, my Apple Store accounts, my iTunes, they're all available. There is absolutely no difference between this and an off-the-shelf iMac. None at all. As far as operation, it is absolutely perfect. But as you can see, It's running on my hand-built Intel processor PC, and it is not an Apple computer. So guys, that is it for this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Again, I'm not advocating that you do this. I'm just showing you what is possible. So guys, as I said, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care.